7. This series has been stellar. It's win or go home.
Denver just outworking the hustle plays.
They can't miss.
And I didn't see this coming at all, the way this series has gone. It's been an offensive explosion for the Nuggets in that third quarter. Everything going right.
Denver dominates Game 7, and it's on to the second round for the Nuggets.
Good all the way around for Denver. We got to focus in, though, on a guy by the name of Russell Westbrook, because he's been something the last couple of games. There's Nikola. He's always something. After Game 1, Russ had an interesting take on his role on the team.
My job is to be able to be the low man and find ways to keep my leg up.
It just kind of mess things up when you get in there. So, yeah, that's something like jumps the route there, gives it to Aaron Gordon for the slam. So making his presence felt, and then misses the foul shot. But look at him, beats everyone to the ball and puts it back in. Emotion, intensity, he's always done that. And then there he goes, steals another one. 36 years old, still bouncy, hanging on the rim a little there. And then he does it again, and he's going to get a little bit more hang time on the rim. Yeah, on the trapeze. He gets a T, but it doesn't matter at this point. They're up by 30-something points. Here's what it sounded like on the Nuggets Broadcast Network.
Look out below! There he goes again! That's going to be a technical foul, and Westbrook doesn't care. The only people he's not yelling at is the announcers.
Russ, fourth player ever with 15 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals in a Game 7. Here he is, reiterating his role.
My job for this team is to bring my energy, bring my competitive spirit, nature, whatever that may be. I think I told y'all this after Game 1. Excuse my language for my kids at home, but to go in and it up. And that's what I did.
ESPN NBA insider and senior writer Ramona Shelburne joins us now. And Ramona, the Nuggets ownership, they made that decision to fire Mike Malone 79 games into the season. They replaced him with David Adelman, and now they're on to the second round after cruising past the Clippers tonight. So what did that coaching change do for this team?
You know, I was talking to a Nuggets executive before the game, and he said, I don't think we're here in this Game 7 if we don't make that change. And when I talked to Nikola Jokic afterwards, I said, you said afterwards when they made that change, he was standing there in Sacramento for the first game under David Adelman, and he said, when ownership makes a change like that, they do it to give us a jolt. And he goes, they got exactly what they wanted out of that change, because the Nuggets have really found themselves in this series. Sometimes, I know it was a 7-game series, they lost a couple of games big, but this game here, Game 7 at home, was their best game since David Adelman has taken over. And you head right into Oklahoma City, where you're playing a 68-win team.
Ramona, you mentioned it. It was kind of a back-and-forth series, some of them a little bit lopsided, but tonight, lopsided as well, because the Clippers, they just fell flat in this deciding game. How was Kawhi Leonard responding to such a disappointing end of the season for his team?
Well, listen, Kawhi said at the beginning of the year his goal was to make it to the end of the year healthy. And that sounds simple, but for Kawhi Leonard, that is everything, because he has always gotten hurt at the wrong times. They've had playoff runs where he gets hurt in the middle of the series, or he's trying to be healthy as he heads into the end of the year. And this year he finally did make it here healthy at the end of the season. He's not going into the offseason trying to rehab something or having another surgery, but he said, I'm still thinking about this loss, even though he's proud of the fact that he's here, but I'm still thinking about the loss, and that's really not, their goal was not to lose in the first round of the playoffs, even though, quite frankly, they lost Paul George as a free agent. Nobody really gave them much of a chance this year. So for them to have the kind of finish they did to the year and close it out, even though they lose in 7 here, it's a pretty good end to the year.
Yeah, it's always hard to lose, but especially in a Game 7, the way that they did, such a blowout fashion there. Ramona Shelburne joining us with the latest here on SportsCenter. Ramona, thanks.
The baseball.
With James Harden, these Game 7s, Q and Ocho, but it didn't go well. He's now lost Game 7 with 4 different teams. Tonight, he was 2 of 8 for 7 points. With Philly, he lost to the Celtics, going 3 of 11, 9 points in 41 minutes. With Brooklyn, he lost to the Bucks, going 5 of 17, 29%. And with Houston, he lost to the Warriors, going 12 of 29. He did have 32 points, but it took him 29 shots to get it. I didn't think he was nearly aggressive tonight as he was in Game 6, Q, and it showed. What was he, 2 of 8, 1 of 4, 2 of 2 from the free throw line? He did have 13 assists, but they needed a Herculean effort. They needed him and Kawhi to play like they played in Game 6 in order to get them over the hump on the road in Game 7, and that didn't happen. What did you see that said, you know what, the Clippers just not where I think they should be right now? Q.
Man, for me, I think they just got blitzed tonight. I think, like you pointed out Harden's numbers, but I mean, he did have 13 assists, and this could have been like, if this was a competitive game, his numbers could have gone up. But obviously, we know, like you said, it was a blowout early on, and Joker didn't even go crazy. It was like the other guys, the supplemental guys, really came out, applied the pressure. Their tempo was up. The Clippers were flat, surprisingly, for a Game 7. They were flat. It looked like they didn't have it early on, and Denver mashed the gas and literally blew them out.
They looked good in the first quarter. They outscored. They had a 5-point lead heading into the second, and then Denver goes on and wins that quarter 37-21. And then they open the third on a 17-3 run, get it up to 17-3, and then get it up to 24-4, and they never look back from there. So between the second quarter and third quarter, the Nuggets outscored them 72-40. Mm-hmm. From down 5 to start at the end of the first, now you go to the fourth and you're down 27.
Yeah.
And it didn't look good. I agree with you, Q. You look at Aaron Gordon, played sensational. He's been playing sensational. Because even when Joker, there was one game he had a 14-point triple-double, and they blew the doors out of him. But you get six players in double figures. Russ off the bench again, an excellent night.
Hey,
27 minutes, 5 of 9.
Shout out to Brody.
Yeah, man, he played well. Christian Brown, 21 points. Jamal Murray, 16. 16, 10, and 8. Michael Porter Jr. sighting tonight, 15. And Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's been doing a great job. He gets on the glass. He's scoring. He's doing a heck of a job on Kawhi Leonard. He's making Kawhi's hitting some shots, but he's making tough shots. And you live with that. If I can make you make them tough shots, them spinning fadeaways and all that, hey, coach, he made a great play on me, but I'm right there with him. Yeah. Ocho, you watched this game from the Nuggets standpoint. What did you like about what you saw from the Nuggets tonight?
I mean, listen, I watched it from start to finish. The Nuggets dominated in every aspect of the game, from the start to finish. The Nuggets, they were shooting 52% from the field. They out-assisted Clippers 24-16. They controlled the tempo. They had much more want to for it to be a Game 7. It seemed like the Clippers was flat. Like Q said, you got to want to be there. You got to want to play. Obviously, you got to win or you go home. They had no type of reassurance, like they really wanted to be there anyway. Michael Porter Jr. delivered a two-way masterpiece out there. Man, he had 15, 6-11 shooting, and 6 rebounds, but also the bench. Joker did his thing. Aaron Gordon did his thing. Westbrook brought energy. He only scored 9 points, but he brought energy.
No, he had 16.
Oh, he had 16?
5 of 9. Yeah, he had 16 points.
He was 5 of 9 with 16. The bench did well too. But Westbrook energy though, but that do something for a team, man. When he coming in, he might have got a tech, but man,
that was intentional. What y'all talking about? That was intentional.
Oh, he did it on purpose?
You didn't see what I saw? Yeah, he did that on purpose.
I thought he didn't want to let the rim go because he was gonna